Hey guys, Brandon here with Exotic Cars 19, and 1 year ago to this day I made a video titled 8 Things I Dislike About My Subaru BRZ, and it's done pretty well as far as my video is concerned. It's the second most viewed video I have. I think it's at over 200,000 views, and the ratings are mixed. And so that's what I want to address is I just want to give you guys a 1 year update since I did that video. So 8 things I dislike about it, and I promise you, I had to work really hard coming up with a list of dislikes for the Subaru BRZ because I do love the car. And what confuses me, and I see this with a lot of different videos with the things I like, things I dislike, I made a 13 things I love about my Subaru BRZ, and that has about 30 or 40,000 views, and make a 8 things I dislike, not hate, dislike about my Subaru BRZ, and it does like 230,000, gets those views. So what I want to do is do an update, a 1 year update since I made that video, because some of those things I listed are actually fixable or they're just absolutely silly. I just want to address this from a optimistic point of view. I don't want to sound like I was a pessimist in that video. I really had to work to find 8 things I dislike. But anyway, in this video, I'm just gonna just say the list I made at that time and update you guys on what I think about each thing 1 year later. So in that video, I said the first thing I dislike about it is the only 200 horsepower thing. Not the fact that it has 200 horsepower, but that no car enthusiast or very few of them can appreciate the car when that's not true. And I kind of felt like a lot of car enthusiasts miss the point of the car because it only has 200 horsepower. So a lot of car shows, all this stuff, everyone wants to ask what's the next mod. Like they just assume you're gonna do something to change the horsepower. So the kind of, I don't know, the tone the car sets through the car enthusiast, everyone thinks it's underpowered. I just think the car has a special purpose. So I learned to have fun with that, and I make fun of myself and my car for the low horsepower. I got stopped by a police officer one time. He warned me for speeding, and I never told you guys about this. He warned me for speeding, and I joked with him going, I didn't even think my BRZ can speed. So you just have fun with it, but you just know that this isn't a fast car, it's just a fun car. So yeah, that's an update on that thing. I'm not really getting a whole lot of crap from the horsepower anymore. People are finally getting the point that this thing is just made for fun. The second thing I complained about or had a dislike about is the low end torque. And yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Just to give you guys an example, I am doing 36 miles an hour in 4th gear, and I'm at just over 2,000 RPM, and I floor it. And it takes a while to get up there. That's actually not a problem. A lot of people said, oh, that's too low of RPM, blah, 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 blah. Well, the thing is, this car is meant to be kept higher in the rev band, so that's really not a legitimate complaint. Just keep it lower in the RPM band. For example, I'm down to 4th in 3rd gear, I'm at 4,000 RPM, and I gun it, and it's much more responsive. The third thing I complained about in that video, it's very, very silly, and really it doesn't mean anything. I complained about the crickets in the engine. When the car's just idling, it kind of sounds like crickets are in there. Forgot what that was. I think it's like a high pressure fuel pump or whatever. People claim that like they fixed it, but then it always comes back, like they just replace different things, like the dealer does it. I don't mind it, because once you're rolling, you don't hear it at all. It's just at idle, it kind of sounds like something needs oil or something like that. I've just grown to get used to it. I really don't care about it anymore, so you guys don't have to worry about that. That was just literally me struggling to come up with things, so that was just a very nitpick thing. So yeah. Now here's a problem that's not a problem at all. I said that the keyless entry was great, but the one problem was when I had a passenger, when I opened my main door, the passenger door doesn't unlock, and I complained about that. That's actually just a security setting. You can do something, I forgot exactly what it was, I forgot what I did because it was a year ago. It was actually right after I made that video, people put on the comments, no, that's just a setting, you can fix it. And so I did. You have to like hold one button down or whatever, and then when you open the main door, both of them unlock, and I really like it that way better. So that's not a problem at all. That's just a setting I didn't know about. So what's next? Okay, the next thing I complained about, this one's really funny. It's not a real problem, and again, I just have fun with it. It's the horn. It sounds so weak in like a scooter, and a lot of people said, what the heck is wrong with you complaining about a horn? The car's much better than just complaining about the horn, blah, 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 blah. And again, I had to really, really nitpick and come up with a list because it was so hard otherwise. So yeah, the horn, I'm not gonna use it now because I'm stuck in traffic. But yeah, it's pretty hilarious, and I just resort to flashing. I don't even use the horn. But yeah, not even a real problem. Look, oh, cool. I won't honk for him as a thank you because I don't know if you saw my video of 8 things I dislike. The horn, not so good. You want to hear it? Look at this. Isn't that great? Oh. I said it's like a Japanese scooter.
Oh my.
Thank you. That's so bad. It's funny. The next thing I complain about is weird, and it kind of is still true now, is that there's always some noise in the car. Not the engine noise, not exhaust. I'm saying just things, not road noise. It's just like things like moving. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say like it's a cheap car. It's not a cheap car. It's not a cheap interior. But there's just always some noise. Like right now I'm hearing this. This I know, at least I know what it is. It's like the seatbelt rubbing on the little leather piece here. It sounds like it's squeaking. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes these pins up here will make a little bit of noise. Sometimes something in the glove compartment, and it's not the actual things inside the glove compartment. But there's just always some little noises. I really don't care about it, and when I do hear about it, my passengers are in the car, they actually don't notice it. It's just these very, very nitpick things, but there's always some different noise in the car. It's never the same, and it always changes, but just a weird thing that I had to come up with. The seventh thing I complained about was the clunky upshifts. I said that when you're shifting up, it just doesn't feel right. It feels a little notchy and everything like that. Well, when I made that video, I was just barely past break-in period. The transmission, at this point I'm at 7,300 miles, and the transmission, the upshifts feel much better, but this is pretty much how it's gonna feel. This is broken in, and it's still a little notchy. It's a very short throw. It's not bad feeling. I really didn't know what I was talking about. Sorry, guys. But I had an opportunity around that time to drive a beautifully, well shifting Lotus Evora S. And that thing, the linkages are great, the shifts are so great, but then again, it's about a $90,000 car. Whereas this is a $28,000 car. This one is tested, or as you could say, or mine. And the throws are so short, it feels great, but I thought there was a little notchiness sometimes, and well, that's okay. You get used to it. It's been a year, it's been another, I don't know, another 6,000 miles, and I feel fine. So, not a real complaint. The eighth thing, and the last thing I complained about, had a couple people scared. Well, I could put you guys to rest with this. I complained that it really doesn't like downshifting to second gear. Again, that's something that just started feeling a lot better with when I put more miles on it, and I got a little bit better at rev matching. So, you know, maybe that's helping too. Where before, maybe it wasn't at the right RPM to take second gear. Now you just put the clutch in. If your speed is right, give it a blip of the throttle, put it in second gear, and it's fine. And then release the clutch to where the car's comfortable and not jolting everywhere. From there, you know, it's not bad. Again, the Lotus downshifted so much better. I mean, you could be like rolling and just like clutch in without rev matching, and it'll go in second gear, and then you could rev match. But so yeah, and then to first gear, you could be rolling like 10 miles an hour and it'll take first. Not so much with this car, but you just have to learn what the car likes and doesn't like, and it just doesn't like being brought to first gear while moving. But second gear, it can be done right, and a lot of people were concerned about that. They really didn't know what to think about that. Let me just tell you, that was a dumb thing to complain about, and it is perfectly fine now. So I think that's it. I think that was all of the 8 things my 1 year ago self complained about with the BRZ. Let me just stress this again, because the ratings on that video were okay, but they were definitely a lot of dislikes because people thought I didn't like my BRZ. Guys, I've said it before, I've owned a Subaru BRZ for coming up on 3 years now. If you don't know, I had a black one before this one. So I've had a BRZ for 3 years, and there's a reason I've had it for 3 years and got a second one, which is this one, because they're great cars, okay? Some people miss the point of them completely. Guys, let me tell you, I love my car. Not a day goes by without me parking it and not looking back at it. I absolutely love this car. If I didn't, I wouldn't have it at this time. So I love it. Those 8 things, I really had to come up, work hard to come up with those dumb things. So yeah, with that said, I hope that kind of cleared up some things. It's been a year since I made that video, so you know, it's kind of a long time coming till I made the update. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video and this video. Many more videos to come. And well, that's about it. Have a good one.